unity consciousness is not something we need to achieve or attain. We are already that. We are already what we are seeking. We are already whole and complete, because there is only one unity consciousness that we are already. The idea that we are billions of souls that have split off and need to come back together is an illusion of the mind. And once we can bypass the mind and take it into the heart, we can realize what we truly are. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for this activation session. This is a conversation heart to heart and consciousness with itself. Because there is only one consciousness that we are all connected to, or that flows through all of us. There is one consciousness living through every single physical body, whether it is human or non-human, whether it is animal, nature. Hello. I just had a red robin fly by and wink at me. So, today I would like to speak about unity consciousness. This subject, topic, whatever you want to label it, has been around for a long time. For many years. It's nothing new. It is something very old, that old perceived, as there is a perceived linear timeline. And I feel guided to speak about this because it feels like there is a lot of misconception about unity, the term of unity consciousness, and what that actually means. Now this body mind is coming from a non-dual perspective, meaning that there is only one consciousness. So there is not one consciousness, and then there's unity consciousness, and then there is a collective human consciousness. I heard that mentioned many times before. Oh, the human collective consciousness, and then the animal collective consciousness, and then the whatever extraterrestrials you would like to believe in consciousness. No, there's one consciousness that is living and creating through every single physical body in our perceived external reality. Yes, that is the viewpoint this body mind is coming from. Okay, now you do not have to agree with this. You do not have to connect with this. You can just listen to the information that is being presented, and it does not have to resonate with you, and that is okay, because every physical body mind, whether it be human or non-human, let's just call it that, yes, is on a different perceived journey, because that is the type of game we're playing here. Yes, that is the type of game consciousness is playing with itself. And if you look at little children, when they play and they don't have another little children body, another little child to play with, if it's just one child playing, yes, they tend to be several or various characters at the same time. Yes, they pretend to be let's say a doll and a bear and a car and whatever not. Yes, if you watch children play, young children, I'm not talking about 10-year-olds, I'm talking about very young children, when they play, pretend play, they are various characters at the same time, enjoying their own game, enjoying their own pretend play. Yes, and this is what consciousness is doing here. There is only one. But in order to enjoy the game, there has to be the appearance, the illusion of more than one, the illusion of many, yes, many characters. Yes, that's why we human body minds feel that we're individual persons, people, humans, whatever you want to label it. It really doesn't matter what we label it. Yes, it does not matter what we label it. But the frequency, the energy that comes with it, that can be read, and then you can feel what this is if you are connected. Yes. So this is consciousness playing with itself in order to recognize itself, in order to forget what it is, so it can make various experiences from all kinds of different angles and to get all kinds of different perspectives. Yes, but it is still one consciousness playing through every single physical body, human and non-human. And I'm not gonna go into details here, whether you believe in extraterrestrials, whether you believe in angels, it does not matter, because they are all part of the same reality illusion. And I say illusion even though it feels very real, but this has many different layers. And yes, angels are part of this play, because outside of this play there is just one consciousness, and I cannot repeat myself often enough. Yes, angels are part of this illusionary play that consciousness is having here. Yes, and so are all the whatever extraterrestrials you would like to believe in. And it really doesn't matter what you would like to believe in your perceived external reality. That is your prerogative. Yes, but it is still all part of this game of consciousness, because there is only one consciousness. Yes. So many people perceived other bodies out there in our perceived external reality, what we call the world. Yes, what we are creating, whether we are aware of it or not. Many human body minds think of unity consciousness as a something that billions and billions of souls have come together to form. That it is something that needs to be achieved. That billions of souls have to come together and basically merge or melt together, or whatever that's supposed to be, and form one unity consciousness. Now, from this body's intuitive reflections and perspective, there is only one consciousness, whether you call it unity consciousness, whether you call it God, whether you call it the universe or the highest self, or whatever you would like to label it. It doesn't matter, it's the same one thing. Yes, there is only one. And that already is whole and complete and perfect. Yes, it is not something that we have to come together as billions of souls, human or non-human, and build together as unity consciousness. That is an illusion of the mind. That is part of this gameplay here, because if we come here and we know what we are, there is no fun in playing, obviously. Yes, that's why we call it pretend play. That's why kids do pretend play. Yes, because they want to have the experience as a different situation, as a different person. Yes, they want to pretend to be a firefighter, or a police officer, or a teacher. They want to pretend to be a cat, or a dog, or a mouse. Yes, and this is what consciousness is doing here. Pretending to be small, pretending to be weak, pretending to be helpless, pretending to forget what consciousness really is. Then in order to come back and recognize itself in the reflection that we're putting out there. Yes, because consciousness reflection is coming through every single body like a prism. Not like a prison. And yes, and this is not a prison planet, and I've heard that so many times. That is a bunch of baloney. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not a prison planet. Okay? So, consciousness is coming through every single human and non-human, plant, animal, and whatever else you believe is out there. Body. And then that reflection that comes back to us is creating our external, what we call the world, our external reality. And if enough bodies, yes, body minds, project and reflect the same thing back, then that has even more impact in creating than if it's just one body, mind, creating, manifesting. Yes? I hope that makes sense. So when people talk about the collective, yes, the more body minds are on the same wavelengths, let's call it that, it's the same wavelength, they have their mind attuned to the same ideas, yes, then that creation, manifestation is much more powerful than if it's only one body mind putting out a manifestation. Yes, I hope that makes sense. So coming back to unity consciousness. Unity consciousness is not something we have to create or align with or attune to or join in. Unity consciousness is already there. Consciousness is that. We are that. It's what's looking through everybody's eyes. It's what's manifesting through everybody outwards. Yes, it's already there, and it is whole and complete and perfect. Consciousness is all that is and all that is not. It is something the human mind cannot truly comprehend. Maybe grasp concepts of it, ideas of it, yes, but cannot truly comprehend, because the human mind, our brain, yes, is finite. It will die with this physical body. Yes, in this perceived physical reality, this is the game we're playing here. Yes, get with the program, people. Okay? And so we cannot truly comprehend unless some body minds had experiences outside of body, perceived out of body experiences, and then they may perceive like a conscious, a mind expansion. Yes, what we would call a conscious and awareness expansion or consciousness expansion. Now consciousness is already there. It's already looking through your eyes. Yes, whether this body realizes it or not, whether your body realizes it or not, it does not matter. Consciousness is always there. It's not asleep. There's nobody asleep here. Nobody needs to wake up. But the physical bodies do not always have the awareness, so that's why it feels like, yeah, some bodies are asleep. Yes, consciousness is never asleep. Consciousness is always there, and consciousness knows exactly what the hell it's doing. Yes. It's just that the physical body is so unaware often that the physical body thinks it's an individual, a weak human body that needs help, that needs saving, that needs an outside savior, because that is the game we are projecting out here. Yes, this is the game that consciousness chooses to play for whatever reason. Yes, to have the experience. Yes, so if you have, let's say, make it very simple, you have a situation where you have, let's say, 4 people. You have a family. You have a mother, a father, and 2 children, and then maybe a dog. Yes, so you have five beings in that family: a mother, a father, 2 children, and a dog. Consciousness is playing every single body in this family, even the dog, because consciousness wants to have the experience. What is it like to be the dog in this family? What is it like to be, let's say, the daughter in this family? What is it like to be the son in this family? What experiences do they have? How do they differ? What is it like to be the father in this family? And what is it like to be the mother in this family? Yes? It's all one consciousness, and that's how they are all connected. And that's why some bodies feel more connected to other bodies, because they feel like they're on the same frequency, same wavelength, whatever you want to call it. That's how some bodies, physical bodies, fall in love with each other. Yes, even though it's all just one consciousness, but the awareness is not there. Because if we were in, let's say, physical bodies, and we knew, well, we're all just one consciousness having different experiences in different bodies, there would be no fun in falling in love, for instance. There would be no fun in this, because we would instantaneously recognize and realize, hey, this is me having a gameplay with myself, you know? So, no, consciousness purposefully forgets coming through physical bodies in order to have an authentic experience, yes? In order to have an experience that you can only have in a physical body, because consciousness is all that is and all that is not. And in that sense, it exists and it doesn't exist. It is the Alpha and the Omega. That's what we are in essence. Yes, we are that. We are unity consciousness. There is only one. There is no getting to unity consciousness, because we are already that. Yes? But the awareness is not always there in the physical body minds. And the mind is what people call, when people say, oh, we come to planet Earth and we're being veiled. It's the mind that is veiling everything, because the mind is a mind of its own. And it has all kinds of ideas and all kinds of thoughts, yes, that come through this, and emotions. Emotions come through the physical body in this perceived physical reality. It's all a gameplay. Yes, it is an illusion that is not an illusion, because it feels very real. Because if it wasn't feeling real, again, it wouldn't be fun. Consciousness wouldn't care to play. Yes, it's something that is happening for the sake of happening, and that is very difficult to comprehend with the limiting human minds, because there are situations that are very uncomfortable for physical body minds, and that no body mind would choose on purpose. Yet it is being played out because consciousness wants to make that experience. Yes? So, unity consciousness wants to play, to experience. Yes? I don't know how else to call this. Some people call it, this is an illusion. It is an illusion within the illusion. Yes? That's why I said it has many, many different layers, because whatever being you perceive to be out there, whether it's extraterrestrials or aliens or whatever, angels, whatever you want to label it, it is all part of the illusion at a different level. Yes, there are beings that are still part of the illusion, but in a different level or a different reality, whatever you want to label it. It is still part of the same manifestation of consciousness. There is not, here is a consciousness and there is a consciousness and then they're manifesting and no. There's one. Yes? Manifesting everything. Okay? And I know that is very difficult to comprehend. But yes, the angels, the extraterrestrials, it's all part of the gameplay. Yes? So, it has different layers, and then the beings in the different layers have different awareness levels. Yes, it's like a video game. That's why many people compare it to a video game. It's like a video game. Yes, and you go through different levels, and there are different characters you meet in different levels. Yes, to make it more interesting. Yes, otherwise it would be boring. I said this before, if we were all the same and just a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, it would be very boring. And there would be no experiences to be had here, because everybody would be the same and have the same experience. That's not what this is about. The purpose is to have as many different experiences from many different angles as there can possibly be, and there is an infinite possibility. So you can imagine that there is infinite, it's hard to imagine, but there's infinite possibilities, infinite beings in this infinite reality that we are, that consciousness is creating. Yes, and in that sense, we're as physical body minds creating a small part of this whole. Yes, like as if you're a small character going through a video game and you're participating in different quests, different situations in that video game. Yes, if you have ever played a video game, then you know what I'm talking about. So speaking of video games, since a lot of people like to compare our world reality to a video game, we have binary code in computer language, and if you've ever done some coding in computer, then you know we have binary code. And in order for consciousness to have an experience, we need to have at least two. Yes, dual. That's why it's called non-dual, meaning one consciousness only. Yes, but in order to have this experience of a play, you need to have at least two characters. Otherwise, you know, you're playing with yourself, and that's kind of boring. I already mentioned that. Yes, so you need to have at least two, which is the binary coding we have, especially in this perceived outside reality. Yes, if you look into computer coding, we have the 1 and the 0. Yes, the 1 standing for the physical, and the 0 standing for the expansive vastness of the non-physical. So basically all that is and all that is not come together in one reality as a play. Now, in order to have an infinite possibilities and experiences, you obviously need more than just two. Yes, so that's how we create more than just two. And it cannot be just copies of the two that we have. Yes, because if it was copies, again, there would not be an experience, because it would all be the same. Yes, so that's where the DNA comes in. Yes, which is basically also coding for physical reality, if you so want. Yes, where it has more possibilities in the coding versus just the 1 and the 0, so that there is more possible different outcomes. Yes, so if you think about when you have a male and a female coming together, without being weird here, and they have a baby, then this baby has various possibilities the way the baby will turn out according to the male and the female physical bodies and their nature. Okay, so that already makes then 3 different, you know. So, and that's why we have the different DNAs, so that we can create different, many different possibilities. The body minds are possibilities to play with. Yes, so like you have a video game and you only have to have one character to choose from, that's very boring. Yes, if we stay with the video game, you would rather have many different choices to choose from. Yes, like if you have little children and you give them one teddy bear to play with, they get bored very quickly. But if you give them 10 different toys, not 10 different of the same not 10 of the same looking teddy bear. Yes, but if you give them 10 different toys to play with, Yeah, let's say a doll and a teddy bear and a car and I don't know, a crocodile, another stuffed animal, whatever, different size dolls, yes, then there is a whole gameplay coming together. Versus if you give just one teddy bear and another teddy bear that looks exactly the same. Yeah, so just to try to explain why we have the variety and the diversity that we have, not just in our level of reality here. Again, all the other whatever you perceive to be as beings out there, whether you call it angels or extraterrestrials, don't matter. Yes, labels don't matter. But whatever other beings you perceive to be out there are still part of your reality of this gameplay. Yes, they're not outside the gameplay. I heard people say, oh, the angels are not part of this. They're coming here to save us because they're outside of the... No. They're part of this. There is nothing out there other than consciousness. And once you get outside of the game, you're consciousness. So the idea that you have a soul that then goes somewhere else and gets reincarnated as, I don't know, such and such, and that's all part of this gameplay. Because it is so infinite and with so many infinite possibilities, yes, to make it seem real. Again, otherwise it would be boring. Consciousness would be bored because consciousness is all that is and all that is not. It's already all that. It doesn't need anything. It just wants to experience through the physical body. That's why we're here, to live. Not to not die. We're not here to survive. We're here to live. We're here to experience. Yes? And as part of the gameplay, we are in this, what we have right now, reality, have forgotten why we're here, what we're doing here, and we feel very limited, and a lot of beings in this perceived external world feel wronged and feel as victims, feel oppressed, feel that they have to win a war, feel that they have to fight that darkness, which is the same side. It's the same coin. It's just consciousness playing with consciousness. Consciousness is playing both sides, yes. Okay? And there is no winning in this, because consciousness cannot win against itself. There is only surrender to the realization that we are all that. And once that realization hits, there is a lot of acceptance and love for all that is, for both sides of the coin that is us, that is consciousness. Yes. So the illusion of being or having, not having a soul, but being a soul and then being reincarnated as humans and non-humans and whatever, and yes, that is all part of the gameplay. Now, this is not saying that this does not feel real. Yes, this body-mind has memories that come with the, of being in different other bodies. So this feels very real because it is part of the gameplay. Again, if we didn't have background stories to our stories, yes, it would be very boring. If you watch a movie, there's usually a background story, how, let's say, the main character got to be where the main character is, yes? And so these body minds, whether they're human or non-human, they all have background stories, yes? Like our galaxy and Earth and blah, 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 blah. It's all stories, yes? But if you attach to these stories, you can get sucked into this feeling of being helpless, being small, yes, having to fight against the oppression, that is going on perceivedly out there. Yes, you are the oppression. You are the victor and the victim. You are all that. We are all that, because again, consciousness is playing both sides. In order to have that experience, and I said this before, there is no light without darkness, because without darkness you don't recognize the light. You exist, but you don't know what you are. You cannot look at yourself, just like the eye cannot look at itself unless you have a mirror reflection and you can look at yourself. Yes? Consciousness, in order to recognize itself, needs to have that reflection of all that is going on. Yes? Otherwise, consciousness does not know itself, recognize itself. It's already all that. Yes? And there is no sound without silence. Yes? So to say, oh, we want, let's just say, all the darkness to be gone and we just want the light. Well, hella, people wouldn't be sleeping. Yes? If it was sunshine all the time. If there was no night. And I've heard people say, oh, the day is good and the night is bad. Like, how even can you come up with something like that? Yes, we created all of that. We created all of that for the sake of this experience, for the sake of living, being alive. Yes, and we're at the part of gameplay, or at the level of gameplay, or whatever you would like to label it, where we're becoming more aware of what this is. Now, a lot of people, body minds, still feel that, we're waiting for a savior, or we're being saved, the angels are gonna come, or the extraterrestrials are gonna come, and they're all gonna save us, and then we're going to a better world. And it's what you're creating. Whatever you're creating will be your world. Yes? And if you're still feeling oppressed, then you need to go within and figure out why you're feeling oppressed. What is it that makes you feel oppressed? Yes? What do you perceive to be out there? Yes? And where is your focus? What world are you creating out there that you're feeling oppressed, that you're feeling wrong, that you're feeling to be a victim? It takes really the honesty to go within and to figure out what's going on within me, what's going on within me, what's happening there. Yes, I'm not saying this is easy. And some body minds get to it through extreme circumstances. Some body minds get to it through drug or alcohol. They suddenly have like an epiphany and they feel they know what's going on. Yes? But if you're waiting for a savior, or if you're thinking that we're waiting to get to the next level, it's still part of the gameplay. You're not getting out of the gameplay unless you completely exit the perceived gameplay, and then your consciousness, and then you recognize yourself as consciousness. That's what you are. That's what we are. And there is no billions different consciousness. There is only one. I cannot say that often enough. There is one consciousness playing through every single physical body. Okay? So there is no my soul is on a journey. That is part of the gameplay. Yes, you are a soul on a journey. That is part of this gameplay. That's why, again, some body minds have memories of being in a different body. It's part of this gameplay. But that is still not what we truly are. Yes? Our authentic self really is unity. It's the consciousness, the one consciousness, whatever you want to label it. The universe, God, creator, source, I don't care. It's the same. It's one, just one. Okay? That's why it's called non-duality. There is a lot of resistance in the human body minds, because the human body mind would prefer to be a single individual with achievements, because that's when the ego kicks in. Yes. the human body mind does not like to be part of a one thing, or to be just that one thing. Yeah, there is a lot of rejection and denial there. I did Reiki with blue apatite. It's this one here. And this is good for the third eye. This is good for the throat chakra, for authenticity. It also enhances that awareness. It opens up the mind to all the infinite possibilities of basically the all that is and the all that is not. Because that in itself is a paradox. We are all that is and all that is not. Yes, and as a human body mind, it's hard to comprehend. Well, if I'm all that is, what is then all that is not? But we are all that. It's all that. It's just that's it. Okay. That's why it's the Alpha and the Omega. We are at the beginning and the end. Yes, we are the in breath and the out breath. Yes, we are all that. There's just one, living through every single physical. It doesn't matter what shape and form that body is. If it's a tree, if it's an animal, if it's a human and non-human, don't matter. Okay? Whether it's physical or non-physical, even the non-physical beings that are not physical in our plane are still physical in their own game plane, game area. Yeah. More or less, and just less density. So for us perceived to be non-physical, but they're still physical in their own, let's say, game level. And even that is still consciousness playing that being. Yes, so like I said, any being that you perceive to be out there is still part of this game. And this game has so many different levels and layers and sub-layers and layers within our reality that come through from, that bleed through from other realities and game levels. It's still all part of this manifestation. That's why people call it an illusion. Well, but if you take the illusion away, there is just consciousness. And then, yeah. So we're here for the gameplay, even though many beings is hard to comprehend, but that's what we're here for, to feel, to be, to have the experiences that you cannot have as just pure consciousness, because it wouldn't be possible. Because as pure consciousness, you don't, let's say, have duality. You just have what is. Yes, you have to have duality in order to create more than one. So you have two. Yes, if you look, male and female is basically opposites. Yes, you have to have at least two in order to have some gameplay. Otherwise, you recognize that you're playing with yourself. Yes, come on, consciousness is way smarter than that. That's why we don't remember. Yeah, otherwise it would be boring. Anyway, so I did a Reiki with blue apatite for opening the mind to unity consciousness, because we are already that. We do not have to align with it. We do not have to combine with it. We do not have to reach it. It's already there. That's us. That's what we are. It's just the mind is the veil that stops us from remembering and having that direct connection, that direct information flow, if you so want. I don't know how else to explain this. So this is basically for expanding the mind, the third eye, the crown chakra, yes, and a little bit of the heart to basically remember what we are, that we are all that. Yes, because that puts us, once that realization hits, yes, that puts us into unity consciousness frequency, if you want to call it that, or energy. And then we can start to embody that and bring it through in our manifestation, our energetic output through the physical body, yes, will reflect unity consciousness or Christ consciousness, whatever it's labeled. It's all the same. There is no difference. It's all the same thing. Yes. So it has so many different names because we have so many different languages too. But it is still all one thing. Yes? We're not 10 different consciousnesses that need to unite. There is only one. The more clutter is here, the less you can realize and bring in unity consciousness or higher self. Some people call it higher self. There is not 100 gazillion different things out there. It's just one. Yes, no matter what we label it. Okay? And some body minds have a more direct connection to it than others. Yes? So, and there's different levels of awareness. Yeah? But we can get to that by processing, clearing, and releasing stuff that prevents us from that awareness. Okay? So, in conclusion, and before I'm talking off my head again, we are already that. We are already what we're seeking. The body minds that seek enlightenment, we are already enlightened because consciousness is already that. Yes? It's already there. But the body mind does not always recognize it, which is part of this intended gameplay of consciousness playing with itself. Again, because if we would all remember, there would be no more gameplay. We would be saying, yeah, okay, let's just go through this and be done with it. Yes? No. That it's supposed to be real. Yes? That's why this is real for the body minds. This is absolutely real. Yes? The pain, the suffering, the emotions, the love. It is real. That's the whole purpose of this, to feel this, to live this. We're here to live. We're not here to survive. We're not here to not die. We are here to live. Yes? Physically. Because even when this body passes away, we're still alive. We're still there. We don't die. Consciousness does not die. In that gameplay, your soul does not die if you want to stay within the gameplay. And that's perfectly okay. Yes? Perfectly okay. You can play eternity. You can be playing in this reality. That's why many body minds have hundreds or thousands of memories of being in a different body, being in a different world, being in a different reality. Yes? But even that, even different realities, different universes, different multiverses, whatever you want to label it, it is still part of this game consciousness is playing here with itself. Again, if it wasn't so diverse, yes, it would be boring. Yes? And consciousness is all that is. And you better believe that consciousness can put on a hell of a show to make this worth playing, to make this worth living. Yes? And it is an honor for the physical body mind to be here, to be part of this game of consciousness. Yes? This is not a prison planet. Whatever some people make you believe, this is not a school either. This being a school and the soul having to learn is just another part of the gameplay of consciousness. Yes. But a lot of the information out there is projecting fear. And fear is just putting more fuel into the fire. Yes. Because some body minds would like to keep the gameplay the way it is. Some body minds, as part of the gameplay, play the opposition. Because without the opposition, there would be no good. Yes, there would be no light. Again, there is no light without darkness. It's two sides of the same coin. There is no sound without the silence. Yes? So you have to, in order to have a gameplay, yes, you have to have that opposition, that different reflection. Yes? And once you come to that realization, you start finding the acceptance that other physical body minds make different choices for the sake of this gameplay, for the sake of the light recognizing itself in the face of darkness. Yes? So consciousness cannot win against consciousness. There is no winning or losing here. There is just acceptance and love and the recognition of what this is that will take us to the next level, which is still part of the game, and that's okay. Yes? But we will be creating a more comfortable gameplay because we have come from this perceived darkness into more light. Yes, so the next level of gameplay will be more comfortable for the physical body minds. Yes, again, consciousness, the all that is, the alpha, the omega, infinity. You better believe this show is good. Now, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for being present. And if you made it this far through the video, I want to thank you for your patience. And no matter what point of view you have, I hope that this video brought some answers to maybe questions. If you have any questions, if there's anything that, now I could be sitting here for days and talking off my head, but there's no point in that. But if you would like to know more, if you have questions that you couldn't find any answers for, I implore you to go back and look at other videos that I have out. I have videos about self-acceptance and self-love, about conscious manifestation, about emotional health. I have a whole variety of videos out about how you can ground into this physical reality. I have a video out about self-rejection and denial, meaning if you're not grounded in your physical body, then you're having a difficult time in this physical reality because you're not anchored in. And even though you are consciousness, then your part of the gameplay will be a hell of a time because you're not anchoring into your physical body. If you're rejecting this, you cannot anchor in properly. Yes, but I spoke about this in a whole different video. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to explain into more detail whatever questions you have. Again, I thank you for being present and having the patience to sit through this. I see you, I appreciate you, I honor you. The light in me recognizes that same light in you, because this is what Namaste means, people. This is what Namaste means. The light in me recognizes that same light in you, because there is only one light. Alright? I see you, I appreciate you, I honor you. Much love and blessings. Are you aware that you are calling the shots in your reality? Or do you still believe that you are a victim of external circumstances? This game is consciousness playing with consciousness, divinity playing with itself. Two sides of the same coin. There is no darkness without light. There is no sound without silence. The question is, are you aware of it? Where is your focus? And what are you manifesting into your reality? What kind of world are you creating? a world of chaos and darkness, or a world of light and love. Get out of your mind, bypass the mind, and live. This is not about not dying. This is about living.